Who are your spirit guides? What are spirit guides? These spirit guides will always offer you good advice. You might be a little bit stuck, you might be a little bit out of your depth. It doesn't matter. Open your heart, be present, and allow these beings to help you because they love you. They can help you with your business. They can help you with a relationship. They can help you with your health. They can help you maneuver difficult situations. So today we are going to dive into the subject of spirit guides. Who are your spirit guides? What are spirit guides? And how can they play an active role in your human experience in this life that you're living right now? The final tip that I'm going to share with you today will help you connect with your spirit guides. So make sure you hang around to the end. So this subject of spirit guides is something that I used to think was crazy and weird and strange before my spiritual journey started. I'd heard people speak about spirit guides. I'd heard people speak about entities and ghosts and different things. And for me, it was just kind of crazy talk. And then my spiritual journey unfolded and started and kicked off. And I went on this wild old journey. And since then, I've met a bundle of spirit guides. And these guides are probably not what you think they are. I remember the first guide that I met was an old man called James, and a few of my pals and I went to a talk on 2012 and the end of the Mayan calendar. This is back in like 2004, 2005, and we went to an old dated bungalow, and this guy's giving a talk, and I asked a question. It was a little bit contradictory, and the guy, he held my stare, and his face just disappeared, and there was a green lizard there staring at me. And on the outside I was thinking, well, on the outside I was trying to look cool as a cucumber, on the inside I was thinking, what the heck, you know? It was nuts. And he held my gaze for like, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 seconds. Seemed like an eternity, seemed like it was forever, like I was melting on the inside. And then his human face came back. Later that night I was at home in the shower, and I saw this like old man in my head. And he said, my name's James. I was trying to shake my head, get him out of my head. And he said, listen, I'm one of your spirit guides. I'm here to help you because that guy that you met earlier is psychically attacking you and your friends. And when I met one of my friends the next day, he told me about what happened when he got home, and yeah, some stuff was happening. And anyway, I got out of the shower, I go downstairs, and I'm sitting on the sofa, and I go into a full-blown conversation with this guy called James. He wasn't like in my head anymore. He was like sat on the end of the sofa, and I could see him. Not like I can see another physical human, but I could see him like in this kind of lighter version of a human, like a little bit more transparent, but vivid and real at the same time. And he looked to me like 70 years, 80 years old, but he had this kind of freshness in his voice and this energy that was beautiful. And we just spoke for ages about all different things. And since then, he's been with me always. You know, at the start of my journey, I used to speak to him a lot. Now I just speak to him now and again, but he's always there guiding, and he's always there if I need assistance. Since then, I've met loads of other beings. I've got Crusoe. He's a huge Portuguese warrior that's always with me. I've got Layla, she's a young girl. Reza and Fluffy are 2 owls. I've got Tanan, he's a Native American Indian. I've got loads of different guides that are with me all the time. I've got my Lyrans, Diron and Derequai. So, and bundles and bundles of others from different planets, some from Earth, but they all work in different dimensional fields. Some of them are in the 4th dimension, some in the 5th and 6th dimension, and some of them further up the dimensional chain. Now, these spirit guides will always offer you good advice. They'll always be honest with you. They'll always tell you the truth. And a lot of the time when you speak to these spirit guides, they don't always tell you what you want to hear, because they'll tell you the truth. They tell you what you need to hear. And there's been times when I've listened to their advice and I've not taken action, and things have gone a little bit pear-shaped, sometimes very pear-shaped. And every time I do listen to them, things just move with ease and grace. It doesn't mean that there's no challenges and there's no obstacles, because we live in this human reality, but you get to navigate this human experience in the best way possible. Sometimes the guides will take you into lessons and you're like, why did you give me that piece of advice? Look where I am right now. And they're like, because you needed to learn this lesson. You needed to get these skills. If you didn't find yourself in this situation, then you wouldn't have been upskilled. And you see what's coming around the corner in a couple of months' time. And then you get to a couple of months down the line, you're like, oh my God, thank goodness I went through that, because if I didn't, I wouldn't know what to do right now. So everything perfectly unfolds. Your guides are guides. They will always guide you. Whenever I go in to do a healing session, I call upon my guides, but I call upon my multidimensional selves, because your guides are your multidimensional selves most of the time. Most of these beings that are in the spirit world, I mean, we're all connected to them anyway, because everything's one, right? But there are some beings that are you. They're you in other reality fields, and they're just coming back into this now space to help you navigate this human experience. You might be a little bit stuck, you might be a little bit out of your depth. It doesn't matter. Open your heart, be present, and allow these beings to help you, because they love you. They're intelligent, and they have skills that you may not have remembered yet. They have information that you may not have remembered yet. So they can help you in so many different ways. They can help you with your business. They can help you with a relationship. They can help you with your health. They can help you maneuver difficult situations. There's so many things they can help you with, but you got to ask. Most of the time, they're just going to observe you. If you're getting yourself into a real mess, sometimes they will jump in and say, listen, blah, 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 blah. And that's happened to me a couple of times. Some of these beings have saved my life. Crusoe saved my life back in 2007 or 2008, one of those 2 years. I was in a very difficult spot. And if it wasn't for him, I would be dead, guaranteed 100%. So allow yourself to be guided by other higher versions of you, because quite often we don't see down the timelines like they do, because we're not present enough. We're bouncing around in our brains, in our heads with our thoughts, instead of living in our heart and being completely present and allowing ourselves to be in the stillness of the present moment, where all things are available, like our spirit guides, like our multidimensional selves. Now, some of these spirit guides, they're not your multidimensional selves. They could be beings, you might know them from other planets, stars, other earthly experiences, or they may have just been assigned to you for a short period of time because you're about to go through something that you may not even know you're about to go through, but they do. And your own team knows that this other being is going to be able to help you navigate whatever it is that you're about to go through. They see the timelines, so they invite them in, or they contract them in, or they ask them if they'd like to come in and enter into some kind of like contract to help you out for this little period. Okay, there's all sorts of different ways that these things unfold. Now, when you're in the field and you're getting information and advice and other beings are coming into your space, you don't just want to take everything on trust. Because sometimes you could be working with a being you've worked with for 3 or 4 years, 8 years, 12 years, whatever. And then you look up in the space and you see that being there. Is it really that being? Because what you've got to do is use discernment, because sometimes there's trickery and manipulation at play. So another being might come in. No, you've got a relationship with this one beautiful being, so it shapeshifts and looks like it. And then you open your heart, you bounce into the space, you invite the being into your space, boom, you got problems. But when you're really present and you're really in tune and you understand the frequency, even if something has shapeshifted into a version of a being that you're kind of au fait with, you're going to feel it. But what I always say to people is this: when you're just starting out, if anything comes into your space, put a chromium cube or a chromium octahedron or a chromium sphere, some kind of geometry around the being. Whether they're big or small, it doesn't matter. Hold them in that chromium frequency. Kaleidoscopic chromium is an Andromedan frequency with multiple layers of code and color and frequency within that one chromium frequency band. So the beings can't shift fast enough through the different colored frequencies. So you're going to catch them. Hold them in there 30 seconds to a minute. You're going to know whether that being is real or not. Just a little trick for you guys. You can use that if you want to. How do you connect with your spirit guides? Well, there are options. First of all, close your eyes, be very, very present, breathe into your body and be in your heart. Breathe into your body, be in your heart. And just keep breathing and centering and coming into alignment until you're completely present. And when you reach that present state of awareness, just ask, I'm inviting my spirit guides, I'm inviting my multidimensional selves into this now space. Make yourself known. And just be there and feel them come in. What you could do is you could create a large chromium sphere, 6 meters in diameter, and you could run that chromium frequency and then invite your team or your multidimensional selves or your spirit guides into that space. And then because they're coming into the kaleidoscopic chromium, you can just sit there and observe them. And then the ones that are real are going to be there. The ones that aren't, you're going to see the blemishes in their architecture, and you can just push them out of your space and just have that authority in that now moment. Remember, you're the most powerful being on planet Earth. Your willpower means a lot in the quantum field. So if your intention and your decision, your choice and your willpower is get out of my space, boom, they have to exit. They might try a few tricks, this and that, which you'll get to know as you move forwards and start to play in the quantum field. But ultimately, you're unfuckwithable. You're a next level Jedi. And you've got to know that. There's no point me telling you that. You got to know that yourself. And when you know that and you embrace that and you feel that and you become that, it's what you are. A next level Jedi, spiritual gangster with an unfuckwithable mindset, heart set, attitude. That's the way we got to roll, beautiful soul. Lions and lionesses in this jungle reality. If you go to starmagichealing.org and go into Infinity, where you get 7 days free access, there's a meditation called Meet Your Spirit Guides. Go and listen to it. It takes you through a beautiful process, and thousands of people have met multiple spirit guides by using this meditation. So if you want a helping hand in going to meet your spirit guides, go to starmagichealing.org and check out Meet Your Spirit Guides. Okay, the meditation inside Infinity, it's amazing. I've used it myself. Yeah, it takes you onto an island, you get to the island, and it's a very specific frequency, and boom, they start coming out. You might do the meditation one time and meet a spirit guide. You might go back and do it again and meet 2 more. I mean, my spirit guides are like an army, okay? And a lot of people I know roll with an army. Whenever I go to a group healing, I look around. There's prides of crystal white and diamond lions and lionesses from the Karanu tribe in Avion. My Lyran family, they're always with me. Massive, huge, spiritual gangster lions and lionesses, and they look after me. You have spirit guides. It doesn't matter who you are, I guarantee you have other beings that are in your space working, helping, guiding, creating, co-creating. You've just got to be still enough to see them and feel them and know them. So if you really want to meet your spirit guides, start becoming still. And I guarantee you they'll present themselves to you. You are amazing, beautiful soul. When I go in to do my healing, I always command my multidimensional selves into the space. So I've got all of that firepower from all of these different realities right here, right now, inside my physical vessel. And I become super powerful. That's why star magic is so potent, because we command these pieces of us back home. Soul absorption. You bring it into the now space, you go to work. Why would you want to go to work as a fragmented soul? Go to work as a whole soul. That's where the magic is. So remember, beautiful soul, love your sisters and your brothers fiercely and ferociously. Hug them tightly and never, ever, ever be the first to let go. It's the golden rule of hugging. You know that. Remember, it's a beautiful medicine. And check out our website, starmagichealing.org. We got some of the best ascension tools on planet Earth. Hundreds of guided meditations, light language transmissions, cosmic yoga videos, mystery school teachings, breath work. Everything that you need to be a high frequency being. All of the tools. So, if you want to elevate your life, if you're ready to take your human experience to a whole other level and connect with Jedis just like you, then get yourself over to starmagichealing.org right now. Access Infinity, 7 days free. Go and check it out. Also, Mondays and Wednesdays, we meet online for the frequency spa and the weekly meditation. Every second Sunday, we do Fearless Focus. There's so much going on. It's the perfect place to submerge yourself, to elevate your mind, body, and spirit, to raise your frequency, to amplify your energy levels, and be your superhuman self. And don't forget, the jester, the joker, the fool. That's what you gotta be like. The jester, the joker, and the fool are the ones that have cracked the code. Laughing, joking, smiling, being a little bit crazy, having fun on this human ride, surfing their sacred surfboards into the shore, not giving a fuck. That's the magic. That's the alchemy. I'll see you again real soon, beautiful soul. Go and shine your light, speak your truth, and make up your own rules of this human game. You're awesome. One love, one heart, one human family. Peace out, beautiful soul.